Good morning, my darlings, and it's Sunday morning, the 19th, the day before the inauguration of your new president. Yes, not ours, but yours. And good luck, USA, for tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be a wonderful day no matter what happens. It will be beautiful. Well, yesterday I went to see Bob Dylan, the movie, starring Timothy Chalamet and Ellie Fanning as Sylvie. And it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. It was everything I hoped it would be. And I hadn't really seen anything other than one trailer. And I just knew I had to go and see it. But yeah, let me get comfortable. Bad back today. It might have been cinema seats from yesterday. As you can see, I've just jumped out the shower and I just couldn't wait to get on and tell you, if you've got a spare couple of hours and you don't know what to do, please go see Bob Dylan's movie. It was just beautiful. It really was. He's not a perfect man, far from it, but his music was so beautiful and is still so beautiful. I've been to see him. He played in Birmingham before we had the children, so I'm probably going back about 24 years ago, or maybe just, yeah, it will be about 24 years ago, before we had the kiddies anyway, 23, 24. And he was just amazing. We weren't married at this point yet. It was before we got married. Yeah, and we've been married for 23 years this year. Yeah, so it was just before we got married. And my then to be husband said, I've got tickets to see Dylan. And I was like, what? How? Which kidney did you sell to get them? And he just said, look, we're going, right? We're going. You're going to love this. And I'd grown up with Bob Dylan's music. My parents were big fans of Bob Dylan, and I was like, yeah, like, we're going, definitely we're going. And off we shot like rockets to go and see him in Birmingham. And he was so lovely, so beautiful. And he's a poet of our times, and to be so young and to know the soul of mankind and write the music that he did was just amazing. And it got me to thinking, that's what he brought to the table, the anthem of mankind in the form of song. And I don't think we will ever see the likes of him again. I really don't. Unless there's a budding young artist out there who, again, understands the soul of man and can sing his tune, if you like. Yeah. But it was just a fabulous, fabulous movie. And 10 out of 10. And if our Timmy don't get an Oscar for that, I'm going to cry, because he deserves an Oscar for that. He did such a good job. He did. And, well, everybody in the film, they made it what it is. Truly sublime. And the best Saturday afternoon I've spent in the cinema in quite some time, since the last time I went, which was to see Conclave. Which, if you haven't seen Conclave, I suggest you go see Conclave, because it's just amazing. And I just have a knack for picking good films. Or should I say, my husband has a knack for picking good films. And we do like to go to the cinema quite a lot to see a film. Yeah. In fact, we're going to see the one that's coming out next month, all about Led Zeppelin. So yeah, that one's going to be a goodie as well because we really do love Led, Led Zeppelin as well. You know, quite a few of those. Yeah. So I'll have to introduce you to my albums and my husband's albums one day. You know, because we really are massive vinyl fans. Obviously, when we were growing up, that was the only way you could get your music. I mean, now you can download, you can stream CDs. Do they still do CDs? Dare I ask? Cassette tapes? Are those still a thing? I have no idea. But we have everything. We've got vinyl, we have cassettes, we've got CDs. We do indulge in this thing called Spotify. Now, I know that sounds like such an old person thing to say, but yes, it has its merits, does Spotify. Um, you know what, kids? It's it's not the same as picking up an album and looking at the artwork and just indulging, shall we say, in an old person's pastime of physically picking up the music and placing it on the turntable and bringing the arm over and the pops and the crackles of the original vinyl. Yeah, there's something that's missing when you stream a song. It's the music, it's the words, but is it the soul of the music? And I don't think you can get that unless you're kind of old school like us. But I'm showing my age now, so I'm almost 49. I'm on the cusp of my 50th. Yes, I know. So, yeah, I'm an old girl. But yeah, if you got the chance to go see Dylan, the movie, and then look at Dylan as he was at that age, which you can do through the YouTube. And Timmy, you're a dead ringer. Are you sure that you're not related in some way to Mr. Zimmerman in some form? Because you look just like him, son, and you act just like him, and it's uncanny how you've got so perfect. You must have been studying him for months to get it just perfect, and you did. And I think you deserve an Oscar for that. I really do. Gosh, yes, it's been a funny old week getting to go to the cinema because I didn't think that we'd actually end up there. Um, Friday night, our little girl phones us from Newcastle and says, "Oh, I'm not well." Turns out she's got flu. I mean, we're all getting over flu, but my poor darling, she's got it as well. What books am I enjoying this month as well? I suppose I should tell you about that, but I've finished telling you about my little girl. She's been to doctors and she's got some antibiotics because she's got some bug as well as the flu. So poor darling, she's not well. But she'll be back next week, which will be really nice. And oh, hi, sweetheart. Don't worry, there's some crumpets next door if you want them. Okay. No worries, darling. Anyway, oh, oh, excuse me, full of cold still. What books am I enjoying? Daisy Johnson. She's did the hotel, and sort of reading, dipping in and out of that with the short stories, and that I'm loving. Um, I've been having a little bit of Stephen King, which I'm thoroughly enjoying, and we started with Holly. So, what do I think about that? interesting premise. I've only read the first couple of chapters and I'm already hooked. So, yeah, I like Holly. It's dark, it's mysterious, and it's very, very creepy. And it's Stephen as we love him. Yes, beautiful. I've been enjoying Ray Bradbury. I love this. My husband bought it for me, oh gosh, a long time ago. And I just love to dip in and out and read Ray Bradbury. I like his tongue in cheek. Yeah. I like the way that he pokes fun at us people now. But it was so futuristic. I mean, some of these stories are nearly 70 years old, and he's writing, and I don't know, is he a time traveller? Um, he's just got it so perfect in the way that we are, definitely. Oh, excuse me, I keep getting pop ups. Zap, get rid of them. So much has happened this week. It's been quite the dizzying week. Since I've come back to work, I feel that we have just been hit round the head with a sledgehammer. Work is, you know what? It's there when you get up, it's there when you go to sleep, and it's waiting for you the next day. That's just how work feels at the moment. I'm not knocking it. Yes, I am incredibly busy. Business is doing well. Uh, it could do better, but considering the climate that we're in at the moment, financially, everything is incredibly fraught. And I'm sure I speak for many people who have businesses and, business owners, self-employed, etc. I'm sure you're all feeling it. The economy is poorly. It is. And we are hanging on, shall we say, and hoping for better days. Let's hope they come soon for many of us, because it's tough out there. And it's true grit. If you can get through this next year, you are tougher than you think. You really are. You just got to get a plan and you execute that plan, definitely. And don't show that you're scared. As I say, look them in the whites of their eyes and show them how brave you truly, truly are. Because you're not. This lady is not for turning. This lady will fight on. This lady will win. And I will. I'm that kind of woman. I do not give in and I do not surrender. And I'm sure you other business workers out there, and those that work for yourselves, you will understand exactly what I'm referring to. This is the year that you show true grit. Definitely. I'm not the John Wayne kind. Mind you, if you can ride a horse, you're halfway there. Definitely. So yeah, that's business, the way that it's going. Recovering from flu, which has been a whole lot of fun. Been to see movies and reading good books, listening to wonderful music, and waiting to see my child again next week, which will be lovely. And I've got a shed ton of work sitting behind me, which I'm just about to go diving into. But all I can say is if January is anything to go by, this year is going to be an absolute roller coaster. And you better strap in because if you don't hang on, you're going to fling off. It's going to have adventures this year. Yes, definitely. Some are going to be fun, some are going to be downright scary. And It just depends on your state of mind how you're going to deal with it. And I'm going to say this now, you've got to pull up your bootstraps and really work out a plan, stick to the plan, but be flexible with your plan because things can and do go wrong. And always have a plan B all the way to the letter Z. Yes, you are going to have one of those kind of years, and make sure you got something in your back pocket because you're going to need it if you fall on hard times. The best bit of advice I can give really to anyone is take care of you and yours. What do they say? If you're in an aeroplane and it's coming down, get your own oxygen mask on first, and then you can start taking care of everybody else around you. That's going to be this year. That's the kind of year that you're looking at, right? So just be aware and be forewarned that these things are going to test your patience and they're going to test your resolve. Definitely. But on a happier note, my darlings, find something you love and keep on doing it. As my dear friend who has recently been diagnosed with cancer, it's actually throat cancer, and he's older than me, and he's lived a very full life, but I don't think he's ready to go yet, and I don't think any of us are ready to go, if we're honest with ourselves. And one piece of advice he gave me was find happiness wherever you can, because life is so short. And even though I've been on the planet as long as I have, it's still so very, very short. So if you find something that makes you happy, if you find someone who loves you and you love them, hang on to them and have fun wherever you can. Joy and happiness and love are the only things that are worth anything in this world. And I do believe he's right. And I will so sorely miss him when he goes. I really will. I've only known him for a short time, 5 years. I ended up working for him during COVID, and his wife was very poorly. She had Alzheimer's, and just a lovely, lovely man. And his wife was so sweet. And it'll be a very sad day when he finally goes and joins her. And they'll be glad that they're back together, but we will all miss him when he leaves us. So, as I said, find happiness wherever you can. That was his advice to me, and that's my advice to you. Joy, love, and happiness for this year. That's what you're seeking, and go out and find it. And on that happy note, my darlings, I'm now going to go back to work and hopefully catch up with you later with more book reviews and goodness knows what's going to be going on. I'm sure I'll get a video out of it somewhere. Take care, my darlings. Happy readings and enjoy. And no matter what you do, love, happiness, go find it. That's what you need to do this year.